first time we met, you actually hijacked our season 4 premiere party. And you just went around in your big titty suit and were just like such a cunt to everybody. So you knocked over children. You ate all of the appetizers. You pushed me off the stage, bitch. So now I get my...
The sugar bakers literally walked past me at that preview party and left a drink on my tits and went, "Can you hold this for us?" And I was like, "Oh, I got cat fever down. Okay."
Do you want to kiki? Do you want to...
Do you want to kiki? Do you want to kiki? Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, 1, 2, 3. Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult. Okay, that's enough. You bitch. Well, happy 50th episode of Camp Wannakiki. What are you clapping about?
I'm clapping because hopefully 50 means it'll be over soon.
Right?
Is this the 50th episode?
Yeah, apparently.
Are we sure? Did we do the math on that correctly?
Everyone, of course, we have to introduce our special co-host for this evening. It is the one and only Avery Goodname. Give it up for Avery Goodname.
Hello. Oh my god, thank you to the live studio audience. Calm down, you're crazy. Hi, Hillary.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, it's so good to have you on Cult Wannakiki. I know that you're a big bitch, so I was very excited to have you on.
I'm a huge bitch, and I can't wait to be a huge bitch about a couple people that I know and some other people that I know parasocially.
Right? Are you ready to tear these people apart and put your opinions out into the stratosphere and get them all mad at you?
Oh, I'm ready for my DMs to be on fire. Either with death threats, booty calls, or bookings, ideally.
Yeah, not the last one. No, he'll be dead to them after this.
No,
Avery, what have you been up to since the season and your tragic self-elimination because of legitimate health reasons?
Yes, so ever since I died on camera, I have been... I have actually been like focusing on my health a lot. I'm doing a lot better now than I was before. When I was filming Camp Wannakiki season 5, I didn't have a diagnosis. I was like, I don't know, I got problems disease. But now I have an official diagnosis. I have something called functional neurological disorder, which feels a little counterintuitive because I do not feel very functional at all. But yeah, we're in treatment. We've been in physical therapy. I take a very special kind of medication for it. And when the sugar bakers are ready to call me back, maybe I'm ready to go. So yeah, since then I've just kind of been taking care of myself, producing shows in the city, and worming my way into Brooklyn's little drag scene because I have a very nice.
I think some of them were afraid that you were coming back and knew that you would be like huge competition. But hey, would you still consider going back to the show? Should there be a 7th season somehow miraculously?
Not miraculously. If they pull a 7th season out of that burning building, would I go back? As of right now, yes, I would. I wasn't able to go back for season 6 because I had just finished paying off my debts to season 5 when filming was supposed to begin, and it just and also I had just received my diagnosis and I was just starting treatment for my disability, so I was like, the same thing would happen again. I want to give it a year to finish traveling, because I was traveling the country a lot during my season. So finish traveling, figure out my health and my finances, and I can say that I have figured out my health.
They're coming to get you.
I haven't figured out my health. They're coming together.
This episode, though, I have a bit mixed feelings about it. It's the 50th episode. I think it was okay for a 50th episode. What did you think of it overall?
It was one of the episodes of Camp Wannakiki ever. You know what I mean? It was very this is an episode that is happening. I wish that, I don't know, I just feel like it could have been, the presentation of it all could have been a bit more grandiose.
A lot of campers' names got brought up, including mine being strictly called a cow. I don't
Is
know
that why you're dressed like this?
I couldn't know what they mean, why I am a cow. I don't understand this statement.
That's insane. You're insane for that.
You're welcome. I bought this stuffed animal and cut it up just for today.
That's so funny. I was going to ask where you got the headpiece from.
But, like, not everybody's going to know who Hillary Yaas is, who Rita Taro is, necessarily, unless they saw the previous seasons. It would have just been nice to have a little bit more
That is
flashback.
True. If, like, someone who is, like, encountering season 6 as their first season, this season feels very much like building off of seasons 4 and 5.
I think even there could have been a good reason to not send anybody home this episode.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of felt
this
meh.
Been a yeah. Because if they didn't do it for Pride, you know what I mean? Like, and Pride was meant to be a more celebratory episode. I think that this could have also been a very celebratory.
They did have kimchi messages, I guess cameo messages from Kimchi and Kasha Davis.
Do you think they, paid for those cameos?
I know. But, like, so random. I mean, I love Kimchi, I love Kasha Davis, but in the world of Camp Wannakiki, essentially you just bought cameos for the celebration of the 50th episode of the show to dunk on the show and say, oh, you guys are still around? We did have Alexis Bevels, though, so shout out to the OG winner.
Yes! I was very happy to see her. I was very surprised to see her. I was like, oh, I thought she was too busy to review our season.
She's distanced herself from the show, but apparently not anymore, you know, so that's good. So we get into trivia, 50th anniversary trivia. Did you enjoy this?
I liked it in theory. I will say, I think that, like, knowledge of the first, you know, like the past 5 seasons is something that is good to have. But, like, I am someone who, like, watched through, like, the first 3 seasons in preparation for season 5, because season 4 was still airing when season 5 was filming. So I was watching your season real time, but I, like, combed through and watched the first 3 seasons of Camp Wannakiki. So, like, in the past 2 years, I have seen the first 3 seasons of Camp Wannakiki, and I did not know the answers to most of these questions.
I mean, it kind of made all of the campers seem like they hadn't watched the first 3 seasons of Camp Wannakiki, and I'm not sure if they have.
Well, I think they have, but I think that the questions they were asking were so specific of, like, who is the first camper to be eliminated? That was a good question. And, like, how many double eliminations have there been throughout the entirety of Camp Wannakiki's history? That was the question.
Good factoid.
The question of, like, there was something about, like, there was, like, some random season
how many
2
states
question. And, like, how many states
represented? How many? I don't know. There's a lot of number-based questions.
Yeah, it was like. It reached a point where it was like, question 7, if train A leaves station A at 37 miles an hour, like, it was kind of like...
I wish some of the questions would have been about glorious moments or, like, crazy happenings on the show. Like, I don't know, what season did a camper fall and injure themselves?
I don't know, yeah, it's like, who was the first contestant to ever eliminate themselves on Camp Wannakiki? Like, something like that.
Yeah, been good. 'Cause that would have been a great celebratory question for a really great camper like yourself, you know? And of course, there was the ultimate question of the cow, who got a cow named after them. And of course, the answer is Deja, and Ms. Bourrée deciding to write my name incorrectly on a board.
How did you spell it?
Well, I have 2 L's and 2 A's, but, like, whatever. I'm not going to judge her spelling. I'm just insulting her. But then she says that she answered my name because I look like a cow. and then Ruthie proceeded to say, oh, well, you get a half point for that. I was like, everyone else gets mentioned in this nice way. It's like, oh, we love Rita Taro. We love Clinica Deprecious. Everyone's so great. Hillary looks like a cow. Like, fuck my drag.
At least you're giving the fantasy. You're leaning into the bit. You're giving the full fantasy now.
I have to. I have to lean into the bit. Otherwise, I will cry myself to sleep, Avery.
You were going to do that anyway.
Usually. In the rec room, there was a special shout out to you.
Oh, was there? I didn't see it.
Yes, the bitch herself, Patty Bourrée, said that you inspired them to audition for Camp Wannakiki.
Oh, that's really crazy to hear, because, like...
You get something nice, and I get called a cow. How's that?
As God intended.
But this episode's, the theme is, I believe, Camper's Choice, which means they get to choose a look from a whole bunch, and I actually have them all written out. I'm going to say them all. Campy Animal, that's the OG Scroll Friend badge. Pitching a Tent. Magical Woodland Creature, which was Season 2 Squirrel Friend. Out of This World for the Mile High Club badge. Celebrity Impersonation for Mirror Mirror. Food Themed for Beefcake. Get Down at the Hoedown for the Hoedown badge. Red and Blue. Lumber Sexual for the Morningwood badge.
Okay.
Oh, Red and Blue is Squirrel Friend. Cosplay badge. Rockstar badge for the Rock Hard badge.
Not about that.
Glamping, Pride, Glow Job. I don't know if they could do that because it's blacklight, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Barnyard Social for Utterly Fab. Balls Out, Birds of a Feather for bird watching. Badass, Some Like It Hop for Flamer. Flower Power, and Gods and Goddesses for Stupid Cupid. Those were their choices. There's a lot of choices.
That's
here.
something either would have done the pitching a tent.
Yes.
Or I would
make an outfit out of a tent, honestly.
I'm surprised they haven't brought that back, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I would have either done pitching a tent or Red and Blue. My season, we didn't get to do a water-themed talent
That's
show.
Right.
On season 5, we originally, after we filmed Dodgeball, we were supposed to have an entire sketch, water sports sketch segment where we all changed into a swimsuit version of our DDFs and ran around and played in the beach. And I had this three-piece bikini made that was two little triangles and a panty that was made out of the same pink camo that my jacket was made out of. And I was about to strip off into that and still have the hat and Baywatch my way through the sand. But it was we didn't have time to film it when it was nice and hot out, and then notoriously, after filming episode 3, the temperature on set dropped from 90 degrees to 40 degrees and did not get warmer for the rest of filming. Right. Which is why I had to drop out, because my body was it's so cold now. It was so hot earlier. I have to have a seizure about this. So we were supposed to have a water sports scripted thing, but we never got to do a runway. So I'm like, if it had been Camper's Choice on season 5, I would have picked fucking water sports. The Venus flytrap was supposed to be the mouth of an alligator, and I was supposed to be wearing this alligator crocodile skin suit, where the collar was super high and was just a crocodile's mouth about to close down on me. I don't know what I would have done. Honestly, maybe beefcake, because a food inspired look. There's so many ways to go with that. Also, I think that food is a very easy kind of subject to base fun, campy look off of. So we're gonna start with Stevie Phoenix. Okay. Bill Clinton in a beautiful Pola Frost wig, rhinestone to filth. And, of course, we have to acknowledge the fact that Stevie comes out and plays the Camp Wannakiki the theme on the saxophone. And that was so good. Thank you. I have to say, this was fucking incredible. I think that, there was something off about the entire talent show from this episode, but notably, I really, really think that Stevie, that this look is very clean. It's very head to toe conceptualized. it gets the exact imagery that it's supposed to convey across immediately.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who
Right.
knows the Bill Clinton playing the saxophone meme understands that this look is a reference to the Bill Clinton playing the saxophone meme.
Yes.
And the presentation of it's fantastic. Oh, hi, baby. My boyfriend's here.
Hi.
Everyone say hi to Avery Goodname's boyfriend. Sorry, baby, I should have told you we're filming. I'm filming YouTube.
Hi, Avery Goodname's boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, this. I also think that something they said was like they were trying to imagine these looks on the stage for the challenge that they were supposed to be referencing, and they said that none of the looks would have been top or one. I think this look would have been a top look.
On Mirror Mirror?
On Mirror Mirror? I think this would have absolutely been a top look.
I thought the weird Monica Lewinsky picture on the back was kind of tacky in a way, but like it actually kind of cheapened it a little bit. But like this was really good. I really enjoyed it. And the makeup, he actually looked like Bill Clinton.
Really insane. I will say with the Monica Lewinsky, like the smartest thing to do was to like have a reveal that like when you turn around it has, you know, some reference to her. I will say, I think that the text itself was a little too small to read. Like, that was my main critique of it. It was just, like, it was a weird font, and it was a little too small, and, like, I had to, like, pause, and even then I couldn't really, like, dissect exactly what it was saying. But I think that, honestly, if it had revealed into a blue dress, or if he had pulled like a cum-covered blue dress out of the saxophone, it would have been like it would have been too much. And it also like didn't service what the look was supposed to be referencing.
There were ways through props, I think, more than adding to the outfit, that this could have been amped up. Because I think putting it on the back is great for the bar, but for like a talent show where you can use like props, I probably would have gone the prop direction. So like that's my only like critique against this, is that I think there would have been better ways to amp it up.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
It's still great. This is 4 out of 5 amps for me.
I'm going to give this 5. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 amps. I think that knowing what the look was trying to reference, this is an absolutely well executed and funny
it really is.
look. I also, and just like touching very quickly on what you were saying about like walking a runway in the look versus doing the Camp Wannakiki talent show stage, you truly do not understand what it is like to model a look on that talent show stage until you are there. So when you are conceptualizing these looks, you're thinking about it from a walking a runway perspective, where you are going to walk onto the stage and model the look, and then at the end, when you go to leave, you turn around and there's the reveal. But instead,
this is episode 6, so it's like they've done it before. So
I mean, I don't know how he would have been able to like conjure a prop from thin air. Is basically what I was saying. Like,
good question. Maybe they could have like borrowed Bebop and put a Monica Lewinsky wig on.
That would have ate actually.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. I've got Riam as doing the Out of This World for the what was it? Mile High Club badge. They are a crazy dildo-headed, beaded alien, trans-colored alien. What do you think?
Love this. I genuinely, truly was so... This was... I'm going to say this was my favorite look of the night. Is that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, go for it.
I really enjoyed this look. I think that it fit right in with the other looks in the theme.
Right.
The story was funny and like as another trans person, very relatable to me. The fact that Riam got Cherry to say the word Tranida on camera is, I think, it's a success in its own. Because we can clip that and put it on Twitter and let them go wild. But I'm like, this is also, I think, the first time ever in 6 seasons of Camp Wannakiki that they have actually shown a costume malfunction happening on camera. because they have
Right.
alluded to costumes malfunctioning in the past, but we, the audience, have never really gotten to see the actual costume malfunction until this episode.
They really dwelt on the malfunction to make their point. I mean, that was really their big critique of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this look is really beautiful, and Ripham's drag is very well displayed in this look. I thought it was very good, and they look cute. There's a nice transness to it. I think the dildo head is hilarious. I do wish that there was a little bit more to the performance or something of it. I don't know. It was just kind of a model situation where you have this interesting dildo-headed alien, and I was like, tell me more. Like, where's the Cave of Wonders, honey? Like, so again, it's like a little bit off for me, so I give this a 4 amps of camp because I know there was more there and I wanted to see it. But it was still wonderful.
I agree. I think that my small critiques for this look are, I agree that like the presentation could have been a little bit more grandiose. And there could have been more of a performance element to it. There's like a weird fit issue with the chaps, like the little pink harness. It's just hitting their leg at a weird place. That's really the only negative things I have to say about this look, though. I genuinely enjoyed this look so much. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah.
I will give it a 4 because of the like fit issues, and you know, like the malfunction does take a little bit of a point off, but like I didn't think that it was nearly as big of a deal as the Sugar Bakers did.
I've got Lulu Crystals as Pinocchio doing the cosplay badge. I thought this was a risk, a big risk. Apparently it paid off big time. But doing the cosplay badge? Camp Wannakiki has a habit of not liking cosplay and specially let cosplay in for that badge. But like, to go and choose it because you have an outfit that would work for this badge, I thought was a little bit like, it's a good outfit. Like, I love it, but like, I'm also like,
I'm conflicted with this look.
Yeah.
I think that it's, looking at it, very well made costume. The airbrushing is absolutely gorgeous, and her makeup is so good. Like, this is like,
Lulu's got great makeup.
This is a very polished, well put together drag queen. However, my umbrage with this look is that
tell us how you really feel.
I like, it's a really good Pinocchio cosplay, but it isn't. I don't know. It just that's it. Like, I was missing more of a twist. I was missing a performance element.
Camp Wannakiki.
I was missing,
where's
like,
the twist?
You can absolutely pick cosplay, but remember that the top 2 looks of the cosplay badge also had some kind of twist.
She was specifically saying this is Pinocchio, and there was a bit of a reveal, but I was like, okay, but where's the sex? Like, where's the stripping? Like, where's the like true Pinocchio? You know, like,
yeah.
But this costume is going to serve you well at kids' parties going forward.
Oh,
I give this the 3 amps of camp. I'm sorry, because I have to be harsh.
Yeah, I'm also going to give this one 3.
We've got Patty Bourrée as doing Pride. A challenging. Here's what I'm going to say. Challenging one to choose. Pride outfits, especially if you go into the rainbow theme. I know it. I failed at it. I did color blocking just like she did, except with cheap swimsuits. And luckily I hurt myself that episode, so I was okay. But Patty Bourrée, my God, This is such a fabulous disaster, I have to say. Like, the fact that it's so well, like, put together, like this giant gown, and it's like all put together, but it's so fucking ugly.
I do not think that this look was as much of a catastrophic failure as other people do. I think this look was fairly safe. It is an ugly rainbow pride dress. I do think that was the point. Because I challenge any drag queen in the land to find me a rainbow pride dress that isn't the ugliest piece of shit you've ever fucking seen in your life. I think that this was the most successful performance of the night.
Right.
Like,
I mean, a full reveal into kink gear. Pretty basic kink gear. Like, it was just kind of like the shoulder straps and a strap on.
But it got the point across. I think that, like, the story of, like, oh, I'm starting in this very pin-up, tacky rainbow pride thing, and then I'm revealing to kink gear, and I'm making a joke about the kink at pride discourse. And I genuinely think the only reason this look failed is because the sugar bakers are not online like that and have no idea what kink at pride discourse is.
I don't know if the two looks necessarily, going from this Victorian, like, Bridgerton-esque look to a kink look necessarily tell a cohesive story. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's just, it's a little confusing. But overall, like, I don't dislike it.
And, like, focusing, like, knowing that this is supposed to be a presentation that focuses more on the narrative and the, like, storyline and presentation, for me, this was 4 out of 5. I can't really find anything starkly wrong with it. I don't think it was the most successful, but I just don't think it was that bad. I'm giving it 4.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'd give it a 3, but she called me a cow, so she gets a 2. 2 amps of camp, Patty.
That's
Screw
insane.
you.
I knew you were waiting and stewing and sitting on that one.
She's just lucky I'm not giving her nothing. And then finally, we have Nutella Fitzgerald, the mother cow of us all. My favorite look of the evening, perhaps. A glamorous cow. So beautiful. I just love everything about this.
It is a very...
I wonder why.
It's a very gorgeous look. I don't have much to say about it.
Oh, and we should say it is from inspired by Barnyard Social, Utterly Fabulous, which is from season 4. So I was a turducken on that episode. Anyway.
I forgot you were a fucking turducken. Oh my god.
But I thought this was really good. There was only 4 of us left at the time, but I think this would have been right up at the top. I thought it was gorgeous.
Interesting. I guess I don't remember the looks.
We had Clinica as a tractor farmer, and then we had me as a turducken, and then we had Lily as an Amish lady, and Deja as a hillbilly with cornrows in her hair.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yes. Okay. Actually,
I thought this was glamorous. That was gorgeous.
It is very glampy, and I do like it. I think that I don't know. I just like I think that, like, in terms of Nutella's had some pretty knockout fucking looks. Like, the dogs playing poker look was so major to me. I think that her untapped look was robbed of a top spot. And, like, when she came out in this, I was like, the makeup is beautiful, and his gown is very well put together. I just don't think it's, like, the strongest thing in her package, but I don't have anything negative to say about it. Like, I'm like, I think that she's had more conceptual, that's the thing. I think she's had more conceptual looks in previous episodes, and this look is good. Like, I don't want it to be misunderstood that I don't like the look. I like this look. I think it's good.
Everyone has their own point of view, you know, like, you might not like it as much. I like it for, like, the Looney Tunes-ness of it. Like, it's just like a high society cow wearing her cow skin, and she's got the udder on the outside of her bag. Of course she does. You know, like, it's just, fun little touches like that. I just love it. For me, this is a 5 out of 5. What do you give it?
Oh. I personally can't bring myself to... Actually, I'm going to be bold. Because you gave it a 5, I'm going to balance it out. I'm going to give it a 3. Not because I think that it is a bad look, but because I think that the look deserves an 8 out of 10 overall. It's a very good look. I just wanted more concept.
Looks are all subjective. Just like the fact that I am a cow.
That's insane.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why anyone would call me a cow. Anyway, moving on. So we have a top 2 in Lulu Crystals and Nutella Fitzgerald. We don't necessarily agree with that, clearly, but Nutella Fitzgerald does take the win. Do you agree?
I do. I do think that this was a deserved.
Congratulations,
again,
Nutella.
Like, it didn't necessarily like speak super to me personally, but it is undeniable that the bitch looked so good. I loved that makeup. It was so well put together.
Stunning.
Her body was
stunning.
So correct.
Stevie escapes to be safe, which puts Patty Bourrée and Riam in the bottom. Pretty crazy stuff to see Patty Bourrée in the bottom because Patty has been murdering this competition. And when we saw Patty and Riam in the bottom, I mean, my heart fell out of my asshole for Riam and Canada as a whole. Because I was like, there's no way they're sending Patty home. It's just...
I will say, even in the way that they
were
talking about the bottom 2, it was kind of clear that they had already made up their mind to send Riam here. Because the way they talked about Patty's look was... she's usually so good and she's so on it. I think that tonight we just didn't get it and it just kind of missed the mark. And the way that they talked about Riam was like, this just isn't good enough for this show. And I was like, whoa! It felt, the critiques for Riam felt very, very harsh for what the look was. So I could tell kind of going in that it was that Riam's time was up, which sucks because I love their drag. I see so much of myself in their drag, truly, and like I also love an underdog story. I love a bitch who comes into this competition that is like, I am poor, I'm broke boots, but I'm gonna come with looks and like a very clear and refined aesthetic. And you are going to be able to see any look that I have hanging on a little hanger, and you will know immediately that that is my drag.
Thank goodness. I still am the best Camp Wannakiki person from Canada. Great. I was worried about that. I didn't want you to take my crown from me, but that's okay. No, I'm so sad to see Riam go. I'm very excited to talk to them on my podcast, Squirrel Talk. Give them their exit interview and talk some shit about behind the scene tea and stuff like that. So please do check out my podcast Squirrel Talk on the Sonar Network. You can find that on iTunes, whatever, all those places. And of course, thank you so much, Avery, for being our guest co-host this week. I'm so glad in meeting you that you're not a complete and utter fucking
Wait until
bitch,
the camera
and
stops
you're
rolling
actually a
to say
very
that,
nice
but thank
person.
you.
You know?
Well, if you would like to follow me or block me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, OnlyFans, and LinkedIn at Good Name for Drag. Good Name for Drag, like a good face for radio, which I also have. It is spelled... Actually, I don't have to spell it out, because you can read, and it's right here. If you are in Philadelphia...
Good name
I have some shows coming up in September. If you are in the Northeast and would like to see me perform live, I am doing a one-woman show on September date that I have. Yes, I am doing a one-woman show on Saturday, September 14, called the Frankie Fries Tournament. So if you would like to come and play some games in the audience, do some lip-sync battles, and earn some free food for you and your team, you can do that. Also, on September 11, I am doing a Weird Al Yankovic drag tribute show. So more details on that.
Wow,
Exactly.
so appropriate.
Nothing says
So appropriate.
celebrating 9/11 like Weird Al.
Thank you so much for tuning into Cult Wannakiki. We will be back again next week. I'm going to be doing a mini episode next week because I'm away in Toledo. And then I'm going to skip the week after. I'm going to do episode 8 and 9 together. And then we're going to do a finale with one of the sugar bakers. I'm not telling you which one. So we have some fun stuff coming up, but I'm also managing my own mental health as we press on in the ending of the season and potentially the entire show and universe. And then nothing matters anymore. Thank you for being here, Avery. Let's take him out with an evil cackle.
Okay, here we go.
Do you wanna kiki? Do you want to?
Do you wanna kiki? Do you wanna kiki? Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, 1, 2, 3. Cult Wannakiki, Cult Wannakiki, Cult. Okay, that's enough.